Richard was born into the House of York, a family already soaked in blood and rivalry. The War of the Roses wasn't just a battle between houses, it was a war between relatives, cousins turning swords on cousins for the English crown. Richard was loyal, brave, and feared on the battlefield. When his brother King Edward IV died, England was left with a boy king, Edward V. Richard, the king's uncle, was named protector of the realm. But power is dangerous, and suspicion followed him everywhere. The young princes Edward V and his brother were placed in the Tower of London, and were never seen again. Soon after, Richard took the crown for himself and became King Richard III. To some, he was a usurper. To others, a necessary ruler in a broken kingdom. But one thing was certain: he had enemies. Across the sea stood his cousin, Henry Tudor, a man with a weak claim but powerful allies. In 1485, Henry returned to England, determined to take the throne. The final battle came at Bosworth Field. Richard fought like a true Yorkist, charging directly toward Henry, hoping to end the war with one strike. But he was surrounded, betrayed by nobles who switched sides. Richard was pulled from his horse and killed in battle. He died fighting, the last English king to die on the battlefield. With Richard's death, the House of York fell. Henry Tudor became King Henry VII, ending the War of the Roses and beginning the Tudor dynasty. Richard III, the cousin who lost, was buried without honor, his name blackened by history. But centuries later, his remains were found, and his story began to be told again. Not just as a villain, but as a man who lost a crown, a kingdom, and a family war no one truly won.